Google just told the entire AI search optimization industry to stop. Stop chunking your content into bite-sized pieces. Stop rewriting pages for AI. Stop doing all of it. And I sat here thinking, finally, because everything they just killed, I have been saying it doesn't matter for the last 6 months. So let me tell you what actually happened. On May 15th, Google published its official AI optimization guide. And the most important section here isn't what to do, it's what to stop doing. So here's the list straight from Google. You don't need to create new machine-readable files or AI text files to appear in generative AI search. There's no requirement to break from your content and put it into tiny pieces. Google systems can understand the nuance of multiple topics on a page. You also don't need to write in a specific way just for AI search. So AI-specific schema, not required. But here's what nobody is saying about this. This isn't just Google cleaning house. This is Google confirming that the entire tactical playbook for AI search optimization was built on a fiction. So the fiction was, if I format my content the right way, AI will pick me. If I chunk it correctly, AI will understand me. If I create the right file in the right directory, AI will trust me. That was never how it worked. AI doesn't cite you because your content is formatted well. It cites you because it has evidence from multiple independent sources that you are a credible authority on your topic. This is Journalism 101, by the way. Formatting is plumbing, whereas authority building is architecture. And the entire AEO consulting industry was selling a lot of plumbing as architecture. So that if the tactical playbook is dead, what's left? Signals. Layered signals. And here's what I mean. AI models don't just look at your website and decide to trust you. They look across an entire source material of the internet for corroboration. And I built a framework called the source signal stack. So it basically is just a mental model to help you understand how LLMs are coming up with a citation. There are 4 key layers. The further you get from brand controlled content, the more AI can trust it, because it's not essentially a brand putting out a press release saying, we're so great. That's not very easy to trust. So let me break it down really quickly for you. The 4 key layers of this. Layer 1 is brand signals, so your blog, your docs, your company LinkedIn page, all necessary, but this is kind of the ground floor. You control the narrative here, which is exactly why AI discounts it. Layer 2 are the executive signals, so your CEO, your VP, your CMO publishing under their own names. So not resharing the company blog, but putting out original independent points of view on places like LinkedIn. Layer 3 is where your internal subject matter experts are publishing independently. 96% of B2B companies create thought leadership, but fewer than 5% of employees with specialized knowledge actually contribute. So this is the biggest gap at most companies, and I do think it's the highest leverage fix. And then layer 4 are the community signals. So earned media, podcast mentions, creator content, Reddit threads, trade press. This is the stuff that's really hard to buy, and that is why AI trusts it the most. So 85% of AI citations come from third-party platforms, not your website. So if your whole strategy is, let's push out a bunch of new AEO content that's been AI generated to help us rank for this keyword, you're putting a lot of eggs in kind of the wrong basket. So here's what I want you to potentially argue with me about. The people who are upset about Google's guide, they're upset because they built businesses around the whole tactical playbook. So they sold some implementation, they sold content chunking, they sold AI optimized rewrites, and Google just told their clients, none of that helped. Signal-based thinkers here aren't surprised by this at all, because what we were never optimizing for was AI. We were building the kind of authority that AI has no choice but to recognize. And there's a real difference between gaming a system and being undeniable to a system, because you have essentially built authority the right way. A tactical playbook really tried to game this. The signal playbook makes you undeniable. And the tactical playbook just died in public with Google's signature on it. So here's what to do about this. Stop spending money on AEO tactics that Google just told you straight up won't work. Stop paying agencies to chunk your content or to build you an LLMs.txt file. Instead, ask yourself 3 questions. How many independent platforms mention your brand positively? The threshold is typically 4. So brands mentioned across 4 or more non-affiliated platforms are 2.8 times more likely to appear in ChatGPT responses. Are your internal experts publishing under their own names, not on the company blog, under their names on their platforms with their original point of view? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they talking about the wins that they found through experimentation and doing things hands-on with your product? Are you visible at the problem-aware stage of your buyer's journey, or only when someone already types your company name into ChatGPT? If you can't answer these, the format of your content is the last thing you should worry about. Google did not break anything when they came out with these announcements. They just confirmed the thing that was already true, which was the playbook was never tactical. It was always about signal.